Well, I do believe I'm streaming live. I'm not actually at my computer at the moment. Not supposed to start for another 10 minutes, give or take. I am stepping out into my garage. I'm going to have a cigarette before I start streaming. This one will probably be less time in the stream. That's the sound of my cigarette roller. Smoking is bad, kids. Don't do it. So, we are here actually because I have to do a bunch of mining in the survival guide series. And I figured if I have to do a bunch of mining, hopefully somebody would join me and we could chat. Well, not join me in-game, but join me in the chat. And apparently my dog needs to go outside too, so it's a good thing. Come on. Come on. Come on. I know, it's a big jump for you. You can do it. Go potty. Yeah, in the survival guide world, I am almost completely out of iron, yet again. And I can only assume that I'm almost out of everything else. Well, actually, I know for sure I'm almost out of nickel. So we're going to go hit those mines. There are some easier ways to keep yourself full up on those other resources, the common resources, I should say. Iron, nickel, silicon. But we don't have the equipment to do that. And it's a lot of work for a little payoff. The best thing you can do is actually just build a mining ship and go mine the resources, but we're not in the position to build a mining ship yet. So we're going to hand mine. Say we're doing it Minecraft style, but I think their mining is quicker, even though we have heavy equipment. Fortunately, our drills do not break like the pickaxes in Minecraft, though. Now I have to check, is there a mod that does that, makes your tools break? That would be actually kind of cool to add into hardcore survival worlds. One of these days I'm going to have to buy a GoPro for when I'm sitting out here, so y'all can enjoy the beauty of my backyard with me. It's not that I've done anything fancy with it. I am just blessed that I sit pushed up against the woods. Okay, dog, hurry up and do your business because my coffee's inside. My coffee actually just got done brewing. And I know it's not morning for most people. In fact, it's not really morning for me. It's 20 minutes to 1 here, and I just woke up because I was up rather late last night. Well, actually, I woke up at 7, but I crawled back into bed because, yeah, no, screw that. I was too tired. Imagine that, going to bed at 5, 6 o'clock and waking up at 7, and you're just not, you haven't had enough sleep yet. Go figure. And I don't even have a good reason for staying up late last night. I was busy. Well, I just got an email for a potential job. Unfortunately, it's like 1,000 miles away, so can't really do it. Won't be too long though before I'm ready to just uproot everything and move somewhere else because there doesn't appear to be any jobs in this area in my field. Good time to finish your business, dog. I just put my cigarette out. Come on, let's go inside. Come on, doggo. Come on, Solo, get up the stairs so I can get back to my live stream and my coffee. Come on. Oh, now you're gonna play that you don't know how to get up here anymore? Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, see, I know you can do it. You're just being a butthead and being lazy. If I start doing this for you, you're gonna get too weak, and I don't want you to get weak. Oh, that's dang good coffee. Alright, now let's switch it over to the good mic.
And turn off the soon. We are live. Alright. So, I see I have a couple of viewers. Please feel free to chat and I will respond. Alright, so look real quick. Double check just what resources we need. Search by ingot. We have some stuff in the survival kit. We'll leave that there in case we need to do repairs on the rover while we're out. Yeah, iron says we have the most of that, but honestly, we need it. So we need a lot more iron than this, and we definitely need the silicon and nickel. And we're gonna need some cobalt too. Guess the first thing we should do. Yeah, I built this on here because the rover was almost dead, and I had to do something. Oh crap! There's wolves. Crap ton of wolves. Okay, guess I should have looked first. Thank you for the resources you are about to give me. I know, yeah. Any more? I think that's all of them. Oh good, some more magnesium. We don't need much magnesium, so that just probably set us up for quite some time. Any more? Good, looks like sunshine's starting to pop up. Tripping over bodies. Okay, and we only have 3 magazines left, so let's make some more magazines. We have magnesium. Good. 7's probably 8. We'll do 8 magazines. That'll last us a little while. Ah. Alright. Park. Roll our camera in. Enter it. So I did find a nice iron deposit rather close to us. Part of the reason why we're happy about this spot. Sun's coming up at just the right time. Sun's going to come up and we're going to have some daylight for an hour or two. I guess the first thing we should actually do is head back over to our little temporary setup and pick up all the resources out of there. So let's head over there. Not too bad of a drive. Not sure why. I thought I had a GPS marker for it. Could be right there. Probably getting lumped in with those other 2 over to the left. Oh, I have 6 viewers now. Welcome to the stream. I'm enjoying my coffee and doing busy work, and I will answer questions and comments as they come in. User. Howdy. Nice. I haven't seen anybody do that in a while. So, yeah, there's that. I'm not planning on anything interesting. I'm kind of hoping nothing interesting happens in Space Engineers. It should just be mining. This is a completely vanilla game. The only thing it does have for mods is quieter tools, and that's because I'm streaming. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. Hide empty. Oh, wow, that's a throwback. I guess maybe I'm only shy on iron because it seems like I have most of the other stuff here. We'll get all of this back and then we'll assess which resources we need to mine. I don't need all the gravel. Take the ice though. Oh, and the ammo. Oh wow. Vehicle full already? Okay, well, welcome to the morning taxi driving stream apparently. Because it's going to take a couple trips back and forth. But yeah, I was up till probably 5 a.m. Might have been a little bit later. Um, I couldn't go to sleep, and it wasn't anything special or anything like that. It was just one of those nights where you just can't fall asleep. And the dog was very happy to help me stay awake. So was the cat. So this was not a good night for sleeping. So when I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, oh, going too fast, losing control. When I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, I said screw it, and I laid back down. I went to check my emails, see if I had any job listings come in, and that didn't work out so well because apparently not putting your phone on the charger has dire consequences. So yeah, I put my phone on the charger, went back to sleep, and didn't wake up until 7:30. So rather late morning for me. Rather nice, to be honest. We're going to swing wide to make backing up to the parking spot a little easier. Because that way I can just move things in the inventory. My field is design and engineering. Um, Part of my problem is that the automotive industry is kind of falling apart. Right. Moment there's not a whole lot of jobs in the automotive industry for people with engineering experience and no engineering degree. And let's see, 20 years of CATIA experience, 3 years of NX experience, and no Creo experience. Oh, that's the connector. I don't want the connector. I want a large cargo container. So, sadly, it won't actually let me. That must Oh, that's my inventory, duh. Yeah, the large grid items are not going to go through. I'll have to get out and myself. No. Just move all that too. Why not? Alright, that's actually looking pretty good. Happy with that. Have to. I'm gonna have to build a hydrogen tank on here to refill my hydrogen. Okay. Yeah, this is a beautiful spot. I'm really happy with this location. When the sun hits it, you'll really enjoy it. So, user, you actually seem to be a little bit behind in the stream. Um, um, oh no, no. When I'm playing Space Engineers, I don't use my engineering experience. I YOLO everything. I do not go through the time and effort of mathing out anything. Oh, well, I'd be happy to join you guys. Right now, I'm hosting a server though for me and the rest of the Invictus crew. It's kind of an exclusive group. We don't invite everybody to it. Oh, I'm I'm sorry. Well, part of me sorry. The rest of me is glad you got a job. You guys are exactly right. Yeah, see now in Space Engineers, I love doing the just yellow it, throw caution to the wind, and my theory is to just if it doesn't move, add more thrust. Thank you, and I hope it's a good stream too. But Clang is one of the best party members you can ask for. He always adds something interesting. See you later, Zara. If things don't move, I use the duct tape approach in Space Engineers. If it doesn't move, add more thrust. If it moves and it shouldn't, add a mag plate. Or watch the hilarity ensue. One of the two, depending on the situation. Try not to run smack dab into. Well, congrats on that. Sometimes getting that first base up and running is the hardest part of the game. I even want the gravel. I'm gonna get more gravel. You know what? I'm not tearing this down, and cleanup's not gonna get rid of it, so leave it there. Turn off the GPS markers. It is a beautiful view. I'd like to enjoy it. Might be a mistake because there's going to be holes in the ground up here. I've actually been playing it slow with this one. Usually my first landing I can get a med bay up and going. The problem I usually run into with getting startup is when you're playing on a server, if you don't get a cryopod up and running, it wants to, you're going to die as soon as you log out. So my problem with servers is I just don't have enough time. Changed to looking in the cockpit so I can actually see the... There we go. Yeah, if you don't get a cryopod up and running, you're going to pass away and lose all your stuff. Yes, that would be amazing. I would love to just be able to pilot an asteroid into the Earth. But, you know, I guess. Maybe you should go and ask in the Twitter feeds from Merrick if that's something they can add to V-Rage 3. The ability to move voxels. At least for asteroids. KSP. What's KSP? I'm not familiar with that acronym. Ah, Kerbal Space Program. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played Kerbal Space Program. I don't even own it. I know that some buddies of mine really enjoy it. But it just seemed like it would have to be too much actual engineering work and... Okay, I'm going to ask real quick. My buddy just saw this the other day, and he doesn't know what it is either. I would actually try and fly the Earth myself. That'd be just hilarious and fun. Is anybody else familiar with these things? They're just like a ball of expanding grass. No idea what they are, but you'll find them throughout the Earth-like planet. I assume they're on other planets too. But they're just there. And they're not always there every playthrough. Yeah, I've seen quite a few of them. And it seems to be tied to grass, so the fact that I have all of my grass and everything turned up might be why I'm seeing them. No. But if I reload the game, it might. And it does look organic. Hey, Efrit. I assumed it was a dev marker, um, but I was hoping somebody might know the reason for it. Because it's not like they do a whole lot of dev work on here. At least not for the planet, I don't think. I'm going to move 1,000 of the ice over there. Okay. All the ingots are in the large cargo container. Alright, let's sort this mess out. Get everything next to each other so it all makes sense. Definitely fine on gravel. Gonna need more iron. No, I don't think they did either, but sometimes that dev marker is there and sometimes it's not. It seems to be just, it moves on planet reload. 32 magnesium is probably going to last us quite some time. Silicon wafers. Looks like we need cobalt, iron, and we don't really need nickel yet. But we're going to need iron, and we'll be fine on cobalt for a while. We just need a lot of iron. And we need a lot of iron because the plan is to build a platform out here, a parking lot, and close this up. Now, I know how the planet creation is done, so I'm not even sure. Because I've seen them on workshop planets too. So it doesn't make sense to me. It's got to be something in the planet rendering in the way Keen Software House does the planet rendering. Okay, Toxic. I make no money streaming. I have like 150, some 170 followers on YouTube. I am not in any partner programs. I am streaming because I enjoy streaming. That's it. If they want to give me money, I'll take money. I'll never say no to somebody sending me money. But yeah, I don't do it for the money. I just enjoy making the video content, and I actually found I really enjoy interacting with people on live streams, so that's what I'm doing. And I need to turn the markers back on so that I can actually see where the iron's at. I'm going to turn off the GPS markers I don't want. Don't need the original drop. I'll 100% agree with you there, Toxic. New ideas are sometimes hard to come by. Usually I let necessity be the mother of invention when it comes to space engineers. I like to do a playthrough and just, whenever I run into a problem, try not to use any of my blueprints. Start from scratch, new things come to me as I go. I'm looking forward to getting to the point where I start building drones, because I really like to automate everything. I will be setting up a mine that will mine the iron for me and a drone that will go back and forth eventually. But that requires resources, which I don't have, and production facilities, which I don't have. Well, if you need help with drone setup, I'll be happy to help you with that.
Inventory full.
And I know I probably should have dug this straight down because I'm playing a vanilla game and I have a jetpack. Normally when I play, I have no jetpack on the Earth-like planet, so yeah, we're digging tunnels.
Inventory full.
Oh, the new AI parts are beautiful. See you later, Forster. Yeah, I've had problems with the drones freaking out in the past. They're not usually that bad, though. Oh, okay. A little bit of a lag spike, so I can expect to be attacked by wolves, I bet. Usually, I haven't actually set any drones up with the new AI parts in a survival world. I did all of my drones using the remote control block. Yeah, airlocks don't really work in Space Engineers. They can, but I don't know what it is about the way that Keen manages the containers and the oxygen, but it seems to lose oxygen when it shouldn't. Yeah. The new AI blocks are usually, they've been pretty good. I've set up some drones with them. The new AI blocks, what I've noticed is, let's see, the new AI blocks, they actually forget their programming when you log out of the game. Well, they don't forget their programming. They forget where they were in their program. And you have to go restart them every time you reload the game. So if the server restarts, your drone is probably going to not work. If you do a save as and exit out of the game because you just need to refresh your client, your drone will probably stop working and you'll need to go reset it. And that's usually fine for most transport drones, because the transport drones, you can just say, okay, I'm not logging out until the drone gets back. Aside from that, I haven't noticed any real issue with them forgetting what they're supposed to do without the server being restarted or your client being restarted. Well, the client restart only matters in a local game. But that's been my experience with them. And honestly, the new AI blocks, as beautiful as they are, I do have a couple of issues with them for any sort of drone setup, because they only have one. Everybody who's built a drone is familiar with the remote control block drones. You've got a complete 9-button taskbar that you can program actions in at every stop, every waypoint. The new ones, you only get one action at the waypoint. So you need to build a timer block for every waypoint that you want to have actions at. It's somewhat annoying, to be honest. So I don't know if I'm going to actually use the AI blocks myself, because I have no problem using programmable blocks. The remote control blocks. I have no problem using the remote control blocks for everything. The only thing I'll probably use the new AI blocks for is to record the docking sequence, because I don't have to set up a 3-point location and angular correction when I'm using the AI blocks. They actually remember the orientation, which is really nice. So I'll probably use the AI flight recorder for docking situations, but other than that, I'm probably just going to stick to using the remote control block for most of my drones. They seem to work better.
Inventory full.
One thing I have noticed though is I really like I do really like the patrolling drones, which the basic tasks, you can set it up to follow the beacon on your base and fly circles around your base, and then put an offensive block on it, and it becomes a drone that's going to shoot everything down. I'll probably use it for that, because I don't know if I can have the AI blocks override the remote control block. If I could have the AI blocks override the remote control block, I'd probably use the remote control block for the flight pattern, because it seems like it would be more reliable. It is kind of nice that I'll be able to program it rather than trying to estimate time. I'll be able to tell the event controller to look for a certain battery percentage, and at that battery percentage start the return home recorder. You check the inventory on my rover when I go back up. I hope the game sounds not too loud while I'm mining.
Inventory full.
Yeah. Now, I just had to ask because I know that even with the quieter tools on there, it gets pretty loud. Getting close to being where I'm going to have to head back. A couple more loads and I should be good.
Inventory full.
Good. I was hoping for.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I'm almost full. Got the connector to go. Good.
Inventory full.
You know, the only mod that I find myself really missing in this vanilla playthrough is the automatic ore pickup. Spamming F gets
Inventory
old.
full.
But I was closer than this to being full. Pardon me. Yeah, I have no doubt that VRH 3 is going to make it awesome. Have y'all been watching the announcements that they've been making on Twitter? The water mechanics are looking phenomenal. So is they were showing just yesterday, I believe it was, they were showing the waveforms and how they were going to make waves on the water. It looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. And just the other day, they were actually talking about how they were going to do asteroid, or not asteroid population, boulder population on the planets. And they've also been talking about how they're going to put caves into the vanilla
Inventory
planets.
full.
I'm really, really looking forward to it. For proof of concept, they were using the shape of, aha, we are full. There we go. Grab the rest of this, and then we'll head back to base. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Yeah, it looks really cool, and I can't wait to see what they do. It's really looking amazing. How's my suspension strength? Okay, it's good. No, slow down. There we go. It's only 34.6 tons. We should be fine. I think I'm going to get hooked up to the connector, and then I'm going to grab a refill on my coffee because coffee ran out. Oh, wrong button. I 100% agree with that, Toxic. I can't imagine that they would take away the ability to mod the game. They've built their brand around the modding community, and it would just be shooting themselves in the foot, I think, to try and isolate them now. That's going to help a lot. Well, that might be enough to finish up the base. I don't know if that's going to be enough iron to actually build anything substantial after finishing up the base, though. Amazing how much iron you go through. I mean, but don't get me wrong. I'm not... The game is completely able to stand on its own. I don't think they're going to do that because they tend to, over at Keen, it seems like they tend to really love their modders. They seem to really love the people who have a passion for this game and want to add to it, expand it, even completely revamp it. They said forever that it was impossible to add all the NPCs, and when they came out with the AI, true. I don't think they're going to do that because they actually worked with the more popular mods to implement a lot of the features we see in the game. They seem to work hand in hand with the modding community, so I really doubt they're going to throw that away. I think the modding is safe. I think that the ability to mod is safe. Yeah, the build planner. That was they invited that mod author in and they worked hand in hand with him. It was beautiful. You can't ask for any better from a game developer. You can't ask for any better kind of community outreach and community love. Used it all the time. I'm going to grab some more coffee. In fact, I'll bring you with me. Whenever I take you with me away from the computer,
The sound becomes crap. Because I'm now on my headset. But coffee is important. I love that name. I'm not familiar with the PS5 interface, but if I understand it correctly, PS5 you can't use scripts. So you won't be able to use programmable blocks, and that's a lot of the reason why they actually added the AI blocks and the event controller is because everything that was done with previously, everything you wanted to do that would have used the AI blocks and the event controller would require a programmable block. What's dangerous, you'll never know where you end up. Okay, Shane, I don't know what that comment means. Sorry. So I'm actually trying to avoid using scripts. I've used them extensively in the past. And now that I'm standing, I want a cigarette. So I'm going to take you with me while this processes some of our iron. The scripts are just not possible on... Well, actually, a lot of the PC servers can't use scripts, and I do believe none of the platform games can use scripts. So I'm trying to avoid using them, and I'm trying to use the event controller to replace these scripts. I that's the whole reason why they added the ability to track the sun with the turret controller, because they knew that people on the platforms would not be able to make a solar array. Yes. Well, I know exactly where I'm going with the headset on. It's not wired. I can walk all around my house. I'm standing in my backyard right now, and it's beautiful. I wish I could get a wireless headset with a good mic that wasn't going to cost me $300. I do need to go buy bird feed today. I just ran out yesterday. Yeah, doing the the sun tracking without the programmable block is a lot more difficult. You need to program the rotor rotation properly on all the different rotors. It gets really, really hard, and then server reloading is hard. Yeah, scripting is and you don't have to be a technical gamer to use scripts. Um, if you do get the PC version of this game and you find yourself wanting to put in a programmable block to run anything, like some of the inventory management scripts or the production scripts, those no, I don't wander into the head with my headset on. No, that would not be good for people. And I don't want to share that part of my life. But the programmable block, you can actually get scripts from the workshop. So you can actually download a program from the workshop to run inside your game. You don't have to write any programming. There are people out there who are passionate about writing programming. They love writing scripts, and they share them for everybody to use. Part of the workshop interface, you can sort out just scripts and see only the scripts that you want to download. And there are some really cool ones out there. That's usually a good method. It works, but you still need to. It won't track the sun for you. You have to manually move it towards the sun if you're using that method. You couldn't make a good automated solar tracking array before they added the ability to have your custom turret controller follow the sun. Well, you couldn't do it without a programmable block. Unless you were on the equator of a planet or you were in space and you could orient it to the sun's rotation. Because then if you're in space, you can just set a rotor to travel at 0.2. Yeah, it does work. It does work. I'm not faulting the method. We've all had to find ways to get around the fact that there was not always the ability to use a programmable block. Faction Wars is cool, but it leaves a lot of debris around your world, and the debris that it leaves is too big for grid cleanup to get rid of the junk. So you'll have to go into your admin tools, and in the drop down in there, I don't know how you get into the admin tools on Xbox or PS5, but in the admin tools you'll find an option to cycle through grids, and you'll be able to cycle through the grids, find the ones that are cluttering up and won't be deleted, and delete them yourself. Yeah, I've not had a lot of experience with the gyro method, to be honest. It seemed clunky to me, so I just avoided it. And this is going to be crap for my allergies. I just saw Seems like the cotton. Oh no, dandelion. It's dandelion fuzz and cottonwood fuzz. This will be great. All right. So yeah, if you're doing faction wars, you'll need to go in and manually clean up the grids that are left behind by the warring factions, because each faction will they take out the other plane, but then they move on, and it just leaves a lot cluttering up your world and slows your game down. Let's change it back to the good mic now.
Yeah, Faction Wars is a really nice mod. I really enjoyed it. You may want to look into some of the more recent updates to that. See if I can pull those up. Yes, don't be afraid of the learning curve. Yeah, I was using the Faction Wars, and it was on a industrial overhaul playthrough, and the world just got so overrun with debris that it was running like crap. You're correct, this old helmet, but I'm not sure how that's relevant. And also, I don't have an experience with those. Nor do I want any. Yeah, Faction Wars, let's look in the workshop here. It was, it's really nice and it works really well, but there are actually some other ones using the AI enabled that work really, really well. And now I gotta remember. It's using AI enabled and MES, modular encountered system, and I can't remember the names of them because there's 3 different factions that the... Let's go to my workshop and look at my list for the Sunday live stream. I'll be able to see them there. So if I look in the collections on Wacko Weekend Warriors collection, down towards the bottom of the list, yes, Parallax, Ember, and Independent Contractors. Those factions will be at war with each other. It has air and space encounters as well as bases and ships. It also has drones with those ships and drones with the bases, so you wind up getting a whole lot of warring factions, but the AI enabled and the MES seem to clean up the mess that they leave behind really well. So I would recommend trying those. They may not be as much what you're looking to see as Faction Wars, but they do work really well. We do need more iron. I'm going to get one more load of iron. Always look for wolves before you jump off your roof. If you're playing vanilla, the wolves are a godsend. They bring you resources early game. After you get past early game, they just kind of become annoying. Yeah, I do believe anything that uses AI enabled is going to require scripts. That's right, I forgot about that.
Inventory full.
Well, I guess you got to use what's available to you, and it is really nice that the Faction Wars does not require scripts. I actually thought that that wouldn't work on the... I didn't think it would work because I thought it was a scripted mod. So I'm glad there are some options out there for the console players, because the console players need to have some of that stuff available too.
Inventory full.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Toxic. I've seen my dog eat a lot of things, but I've never seen him eat parts. Although I have seen the vet horror stories on YouTube, so I do know that dogs will eat just about anything, even metal components.
Inventory full.
That's actually why my dog's not allowed in my garage, because he'll do stupid things like try to lick up the oil stain from the last oil change I did.
Inventory full.
Well, I'm glad you've been lucky with it too. Yeah, I've been lucky with that too, and I don't want to invite the problem, which is why my dog's not allowed in the garage. Because even the smartest dog is kind of dumb.
Inventory full.
They're like toddlers that never grow up. Everything is something new and interesting to explore and taste. Fortunately, I've had that problem too, but fortunately the beanbag tends to just make a mess at the time of and later. It doesn't hurt the dog. Not that I'm recommending feeding your beanbag to your dog. Probably not good for them.
Inventory full.
Yes. Testing is critical. Exactly. Um, the the testing phase is really critical, and if you actually get to where you're fighting the space pirates, it's a lot of fun. The space pirates add quite a bit to it. The only problem I've found is, and there's another mod out there that will help with this. You can see from killing the wolves, I'm now neutral with the space pirates. They won't attack me. And you can actually get around this by declaring war. Um, but I don't want to. And because I'm still running the early game, I'll declare war with them later once I'm set up. I'll create a faction and I'll hit declare war down there, and I won't be friends with them anymore. But there is a mod out there called Perpetually Perturbed Pirates, and it can actually be a lot of fun. I do kind of like the vanilla setup though, where you can decide when you're ready to actually be at war with that particular faction. That's really nice for anybody who's getting started or
Inventory
early game.
full.
Because otherwise we wouldn't be building a base on the ice. We'd be building a base in a cave. And I really don't think I want to build a cave base when I'm running with completely vanilla setup on the tools. I don't even have any of the speed modifiers bumped up.
Inventory full.
Oh, that was a heck of a lag spike there.
Inventory full.
Guess my vehicle's getting full. Yeah, that's kind of the problem I'm having. I don't know what's good for console. What I can tell you is, if you're seeing it, try it. If it looks cool, try it. Worst case scenario, you don't like that mod and you uninstall that mod. That's all. Give it a shot. Have some fun with it. Oh, thank you. I hope it helped. Yeah, we're full. I hope you played around with the rover and did something different. Honestly. Because that's kind of the fun of the game. Have fun with it. Your rover shouldn't look just like mine. Your rover should be yours. That is 100% true, Toxic. You want to test the mods in a new save and see if it's what you like. Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense. I have, if I were to show you my save game list, you would see I do a save as every time. I'll be doing a save as after this. Because you never know. So after I do this live stream, I'll be doing a save as and trying to get, I think it's ready to hook up. Cool. And yeah, a lot of save as. I've had game files just get corrupted, and the save as is the only thing that saves your butt and keeps the game from being unplayable. So yeah, save as all the time. Always start new saves before you try anything new. It should be rather self-explanatory, but it's not always. I think we might have enough iron now. I had them. I had all those old saves. But my season 1 playthrough ended because my hard drive took a crap. And apparently I had turned off my Steam backups. So I lost that world. It just disappeared. And then it did it again with the season 2. But I was able to salvage it because I hadn't gotten far. So, and I had blueprinted everything. And all my blueprints were backed up. So, was able to salvage the last one. Well, I hadn't blueprinted everything, but I had a video documentation of how to build all of the things that I had already built. So, Season 2, the Earth-like start, and my large shuttle were completely rebuilt from scratch after the video to match everything in the video because the save was corrupted. I was so mad. Yeah, we got 20k iron and more processing. We should be good for iron. Let's see. Yeah, I had a second hard drive running for backup, but it didn't make financial sense for me to keep a RAID system going once I wanted to upgrade my hard drive to be able to publish videos. At the time, a 2 terabyte hard drive was still well over $100, a solid state drive. And I just couldn't do it. So when I upgraded to the 2 terabyte drive, I lost my RAID setup that had all my backups on it. When I get another job, I'm going to save up and get that running again. See, now I was doing that, but I'll be honest, I'm too lazy to keep that going. I thought about just setting up a script that would run every time I restarted the computer and copy my app data Space Engineers folder over to an external hard drive. I haven't set that up yet because for some reason my computer doesn't always see my hard drive dock. Either one of them. I have to plug it in and unplug it and plug it in several times before my hard drive dock will be recognized by the system. And it doesn't always give it the same letter. Coming nighttime. Okay, that's another mod I miss. I love the sleep mod. Just go sleep through the night like it's Minecraft. All the time. It just, for some reason, it's something to do with the external hard drive dock. It's an old one. I haven't replaced it yet. But it's a dual hard drive dock, so I can, with the push button clone feature, so I just can't justify getting rid of it. I've got one that works on old hard drives and one that works on newer hard drives. Well, one that's both sides are SATA and one that has the ribbon cable connections in it for the really old hard drives. because I still have a pile of really old hard drives that every now and then I pull stuff off of. That, and I work with some old people's computers, and they don't like to upgrade their computer. Yeah. Yeah, I have a stack of them in my closet in my bedroom. Um, my kid, my oldest boy, he thinks it's hilarious that I keep those old drives around because what the heck could those be good for? It's not that they're good for anything, but this drive right here, and I'll pull one out, and this drive right here has the scanned copy of your birth certificate on it, and I haven't taken it off that because it's offline, therefore safe from any kind of virus I might get that would clone stuff. And he laughs, says, "That's not worth it. Don't worry about that." Yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, you do you, boy. You'll learn that it's nice to have external copies of things sometime down the road. Huh. I'm going to have to turn on my lights here. It's getting dark in the game again. And I could just go in and make it day, but it just feels too cheaty. Got to deal with the darkness of the night. Yeah, this particular playthrough, I'm keeping everything vanilla. I have not turned on admin tools for anything yet. The only thing I do have turned on is spectator cam. And that's just because I need it to be able to get good screenshots for thumbnails or to get a good cinematic shot of something for the video. Thirty meters per second is about the limit with this thing. It's really only safe at about 20. Yes, I just don't use it very often. I really only use it when I'm doing IT work. Yeah, yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Um, I just don't worry about the fact that it's hit or miss because the only time I really use my toasters is sorry, my docks. Sorry, I've been in IT since 3.1, so um yeah, I just don't use them much, so I don't worry about the fact that it doesn't work all the time. I really only use them when I'm doing IT work for family and friends and extended family and friends because, you know, hey, my buddy knows how to work on your computer. Let me ask him if he's willing to do it. And the answer is always yes. I'm willing to work on anybody's computer. If they need help, I'm willing to do it. Same with their car. Any wolves? No. Grab some cobalt. Because I want metal grids. It is a ways down here, though. $80? Oh. Oh, you must be younger than me.
Inventory full.
I think I still have one that's smaller than that. But most of mine are 256 to 2 gigs. But I think I still have one that's like 64 megabytes. Tiny. Wasn't tiny at the time, but tiny. And the reason I'm worried about grabbing cobalt is because I want to build a flying ship. Shortly after I get the parking spot done. And I also want to be able to build some more storage, and metal grids are important. I think we all know that. Getting the stone from getting this will make sure that my silicon and nickel stays full too. Okay, you are a little older than me. I am, um, I will be 44 in just over a month.
Inventory full.
I am not worried about people knowing my age. Because, I'll be honest, you won't spot me in a crowd because I don't look 44. I look closer to 54, maybe 64. Don't smoke, kids. I've been smoking since I was 8, and it's giving me very leathery skin, and I lost my direction. Oh yeah, mentally we all strive to stop growing somewhere between the ages of 12 and 25. If you continue growing and maturing past that, you're not going to enjoy life, and I feel sorry for you.
Inventory full.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, you know what? I am a good Christian. That being said, if the transhumanists figure out how to give me a new body, I'll take it. I would love to have a new spine, new neck, new knees, new shoulders. Broke my neck in high school, and I'm starting to get the signs of arthritis in it. And by signs, I don't mean they can see the signs on an X-ray. I mean actually starting to feel them. It's a shame. But, you know,
Inventory
don't get
full.
drunk and be stupid in high school, and you won't have lifelong consequences from it. Also, you won't have good memories to tell people. Actually, my broken neck was actually fixed by a chiropractor. I didn't actually go to the hospital for it. I didn't realize it was broken, and my parents thought I just had a bad kink in my neck. And then when it lasted for a couple of days, and didn't go away. They took me to the chiropractor thinking it was just out of place. And the chiropractor put his hands on my neck and jumped and asked me, "Are you sure you walked in here?" And of course I had. But he said, "You got two options. I can either set everything and we can get everything back in place, and you can just not do anything for a few weeks, or we can take you to the hospital and you can have pins put in your neck." I asked him for the pros and cons. He said, "Well, if you follow my instructions, my method is better because it's less long-term pain. And
Inventory
I would
full.
recommend anybody go talk to a doctor
Inventory full.
before they make decisions like this." But I took my chiropractor's advice, and I have made it 40, or no, I've made it 25, over 20 years before I'm starting to feel any side effects from it. So, and I know that my older brother, who broke his neck plowing into a tree, has had nothing but pain from the pins in his neck. So, I think I made the right choice. I guess time will tell. Also, I know that I got very, very lucky. It should not have played out for like that for me. See, no, I agree with you. I I used to drink a lot. Um, for a while there, I was I would drink 3/5 in one day, 3/5 of whiskey in one day. It was a lot. And then when I started to get really sick from it, I mean, like actual serious health problems from drinking, I decided, okay, I'm going to have to quit. And that was the last time I touched it for several years,
Inventory full.
which was the right call. Because I have too high of alcohol tolerance. I don't notice when I'm drinking too much. I drank it because I liked the taste of whiskey, which is not a good thing. There are definitely better tasting things out there that you should be drinking. But yeah, it was not good. Now every now and then I'll drink a coffee and Bailey's and maybe a whiskey on the rocks, or maybe I'll make myself an old fashioned. But that's once every few weeks or once a month, not very often anymore. I get that. I get that. I know a lot of people who say that. My problem is I can't stomach beer, so I get a lot of my friends who will be like, "Let's go sit down and have a beer," and I'll be like, "I'll have a wine cooler," um, because I don't want to break their bank getting the drinks I normally get. So they make fun of me for drinking girly fruity drinks, but hops don't sit well. I can't drink beer. Can't drink beer or ale. Yeah, it's the same thing for me and a good beer. It's not that it tastes bad. Halfway through my first can, I'm done. I'm any more, and I'll be going to the facilities to relieve myself of that particular drink. So yeah, I just don't drink beer. Now, hard apple cider, real hard apple cider. That's good. No, I can't do a stout. It's even more hoppy, and the hops are what messes with my stomach. So, yeah, we have real cider available to us, but most of these store brands, they're like a beer with some apple flavoring. They're not actually an apple cider, and it's annoying. I'm not a fan of that. Buy something because it's supposed to be apple cider, and suddenly it's a whole bunch of hops that just make me sick. No, I'll pass. I prefer the homemade apple cider, to be honest. Homemade apple jacks. Oh, that's delicious. But it's hard to come by. Okay. Um, Music Man, you're better off for it. Um, Toxic. Toxic, I've been to parties like that. Um, and I actually have a buddy of mine who I invest in the production of. I uh, Fox, yes, there is a way to set up a closed server. You may need to set it up on your PC. I'm not sure. I am not super familiar with the PS5 and the console's setups for servers. So if anybody in chat can answer that as to how to set up a good private server for Fox and his buddies without having to set up a server on the PC, feel free. Other than that, I would suggest setting up the server on the PC. I know that there are a few server hosting sites out there that have free options. Right. I know that there are some Space Engineers server sites out there. You'll have to search for it. Where if it's a private server for just friends, they'll allow you to set them up on their website, and they'll host the server for you. And I do believe that in the last Keen live stream, they were talking about those hosted servers being able to do cross-platform, so they would allow PS5, Xbox, and PC players to all play together on those servers. So I don't think it would be an issue for you to go to one of those free hosting sites and set up one of their free hosted servers, and that will allow you to also add some mods to them as well. And hopefully Fox didn't just log out when I said I didn't know. All right. I think I'm going to go empty this load, see how much iron we have processed. I think because they're private, you'll have to have the IP address. So you can actually do a direct connect. In PC, you can do a direct connect. And I'll show you where that's at as soon as I get back to my base. because I assume the interface is close to the same. So let me drive this back to my base and I'll show you how to get that all set up. But you should be able to do a direct connect to that server. Or some of the hosted servers, you can actually set them up with a password. Make them public with password access, so you'll be able to see each other's servers and only people with the password can get in. That would probably work for you. But I'm not sure how the invite friend feature inside of Space Engineers works when it comes to the PS5 and the Xbox. Because I think the invite friend feature only works through Steam. And I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think that Steam's available on PS5 and Xbox. But the Direct Connect should be available. You should be able to just type in an IP address or a web address and connect to it. You may have to get a public-facing, get the public-facing IP of your buddy, or have them host with a website, a web address. I use OpenDNS and DNS Exit to create web addresses and invite my friends to those. Is it public? If the server is not public, then he won't be able to see it. Because I do believe the invite feature is through Steam. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's through Steam. Unless they've modified it. Turned it too late. Then it's weird that he can't see your server. Am I close enough? The only thing I can think then is maybe game version, or I've heard them mention that there's a checkbox on the server configs to allow platforms to connect to a PC server. So you may want to double check that that particular checkbox is checked on your server. Yeah, it is kind of sad. And I'm sorry, Fox, there's a little bit of a lag on YouTube for chats, so that's why my answers seem to be coming in late. Twitch does a whole lot better with the latency between chat and stream. Okay, so I'm all hooked up. Exit out of here. You can join a game. You should be able to do a direct connect. So if you come into friends, they may not list here because I do believe that's just Steam friends. Games, that one works pretty well. Servers, that you should see them in any one of those. But down here at the bottom, you've got the direct connect. And right in here, you should be able to just type in the forward-facing IP address, or if they've got a web address, because the web address is just easier to remember, you can type in the website that they're using, and then the semicolon 27016. That should help quite a bit. Uh, and yeah, I'm hoping I'm using Restream, so the comment from Toxic should have come through to the YouTube chat as well. But he says if programming blocks are not allowed on PS5, make sure in-game scripts are disabled in server settings. That is something you should probably make sure is also true. No problem, Fox. I'm happy to help if I can. But yeah, friends, I use that a lot. I've got Steam friends. I think this EOS would work for PS5, but make sure to come up here and check in both friends lists. Because I think this is the I forget what EOS stands for. I've never used it. But it's just a different friends list that's available. I don't even remember when they added this. I don't remember seeing it before like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Someone pointed it out to me. I've never used anything but Steam, and it defaults to Steam for me. So yeah, the friends list is really nice if you actually have friends on the game who want to share with you. The official servers depends on where you're at. Whenever you're looking at servers to connect to, you can sort by ping. You're gonna want to sort by ping. Okay, that might be the problem. Maybe you need to share it with EOS. Yeah, you need to take a lot of stuff to space with you if you're looking to get set up. I'm glad it helped, Black Star. But yeah, if you're looking for servers and you want to not have a lot of lag, sort by ping. That's going to be your best bet because the better experience, the lower the number here, the better the experience you're going to have. And no problem. Well, let's search the EOS. I don't think I'll be able to connect to any of them. I can't even see their ping. That's less than helpful. Yeah, that's less than helpful. If you can't find the ping, I can't help you much. But yeah, so finding the ping would be very useful for knowing which ones are going to be the better ones. Also, another thing you might want to look at is the less players on there, the less latency you'll get. Yes, Fox, you're 100% right. It is much better with friends. It's sometimes the problem with having friends on your server is they will actually have a really bad time. Um, Yesterday we were doing a Monday Sunday live stream, and Rufin's plane, he didn't rage quit per se, but he had to step away. Clang was not his friend yesterday, and it was brutal. He lost so much repeatedly, and he's like, I can't, no, I gotta go, guys, I'm sorry. I felt bad for him, I really did. All right, I need to get this ore processing. Alright, I guess right here. Good luck, Fox. All the ore's processing. Perfect. I appreciate that, Fox. Just post in the comment section because I'm actually getting ready to go. I've been streaming for about 2 hours, and I have stuff I have to do today. And I finished 2 cups of coffee, so I got to get up and do chores. Real life chores, not just Space Engineers chores. Not the fun kind. So I'm gonna sit in my cockpit here and yes, Clang is a... I would say that it's not a god, it's a demon. To be honest, Clang is a demon. But really, it's what the space engineering community has named the glitches from from Phantom Forces. Yeah. You guys have a good one. It's been fun. I've enjoyed chatting with all of you. And